Alright, what's going on, guys? We are just going to be doing some fishing here on one of my local lakes in western Florida, and we're going to be throwing around a classic. It's a little 2-inch chartreuse colored curly tail grub. Now, if you ever bought like a basic beginner, like introductory type of like a panfish, or even like a bass kit, it just comes with a random assortment of, hooks, jig heads, bobbers, little lures. Almost all of them are going to come with one of these little 2-inch curly tail grubs, usually in like white and also chartreuse color. This one's a little bit nicer because it's the Mayan brand, so they use their nice, fancy, super stretchy, super durable material. Way better than like the stuff you're going to get in like the beginner type of lure kit. But yeah, we're just going to throw that thing around and we'll see what we can catch here. Alrighty, so here's the lake we're going to be fishing. There is some really deep water close to shore, and here is the lure we're going to be fishing, just a little bbit better look at it. So yeah, like I said, really deep water here close to shore. Literally just maybe 4 feet out. It's probably a solid 4, 5, maybe 6 feet deep. So we'll cast that out. We're going to fish this pretty slowly, and we'll see if we can get into some fish. I'm thinking mainly largemouths and peacocks, but if we can get some nicer bluegill, I will also not be upset about that. Got him. Let's see what we got. Little largemouth. Alright, so it is a small one, but we got our first fish of the day. Little largemouth. Hopefully we can get some that are a little bit bigger. I did say I thought we were going to get hopefully a lot of these and a lot of peacocks and maybe some other fish. This lake usually has a pretty good amount of like small to medium-sized largemouths and peacocks. That guy was just a little bit smaller than most of the ones I catch out of here. But it's an okay start. Let's keep going. Got him. Don't think this is going to be a largemouth. Largemouths will usually pull up. This thing's pulling down whatever it is. Assuming it's going to be a Mayan. If we can get him through these grasses, we'll be able to find out. But that's going to be a challenge. And he's stuck in the grasses. See, we can get him over the top though. Looks like a Mayan. Yep, that's a Mayan. Let's take a look at this guy. Alright, so this is a pretty good sized Mayan cichlid, and this is a great example of why ultralight fishing isn't always the way to go here. Just because some of these fish do get really big like this one, and this entire lake has all this really thick cover close to shore, so it would be really tough to get this in on any lighter gear because it was already tough on the gear that I have now. But yeah, let's get this thing back. Let's keep going. Got him. Hopefully I can get him in through all this algae here. What is this? Oh, this is still a small but a nicer size largemouth. Alright, so I think it's slightly bigger than the first one we caught, but still smaller than the ones that I usually get out of here. But we're on the way, we're on the right track, but it is just another little largemouth. So third fish of the day. Let's get that guy back, and let's keep fishing. Got him. Let's see what we got. It's pulling down again, which makes me think Mayan. It's also fighting pretty well. And we've also got all these weeds and grasses here close to shore. And it is a Mayan. Nice sized one too. Alrighty, so both Mayans we've caught today have been of a really nice size. They still get bigger than this and they still fight better than the last two. But this is a nice sized fish. Put up a good fight. Would rather catch some of the natives like the bluegills and largemouths. But these guys are here. Not much we can really do. So let's get them back. Let's keep fishing. Got him. This guy's pulling down. He's pulling well too. Let's get him out of these weeds, out of these grasses, which is going to be tough. Probably going to be another Mayan. Look at all this stuff that I'm bringing in with this fish, if I can bring it in. Nice and easy. Try not to snap my line here. This has got to be another Mayan. But this is why you need this slightly heavier gear. These guys still, yep, Mayan. These guys can still fight well. It's still fun, but at least you've got a chance at landing them. All right, so believe this is going to be our third Mayan. And I think it's a little bit smaller, but still a really good size fish. All the ones we caught today were a really good size. All right, so let's get this guy back. We'll try to catch one more fish. There's a thunderstorm that was in the distance, but I think it's getting closer. So let's catch one more if we can quickly, and then we'll wrap it up. Got him. That's probably going to be another Mayan. Nice hit. It's pulling well. Look at that drag go. And he's stuck in the grasses. This guy's stuck even worse than the last fish was. I don't know if we can get this one in. He wrapped himself up real well. I'm not even sure if it's still on. Let me open the bail, give him some slack, let him swim out if he's still on. I just saw, yeah, he's still on. I just saw him take off a little bit. Hopefully he can free himself for the snag. This usually doesn't work, but every once in a while it does. And I think right now that is my best chance here. All right, it didn't work. Plan B was to muscle him in, and my line broke. All right, do I want to call it on that? I think we're going to call it on that. Let's call it on that. All right, guys, so that's going to do it. Been recording now for 53 minutes. So really, we've been fishing for less than 53 minutes. And I believe we caught 5 fish, 3 Mayans, 2 largemouths, if I'm not mistaken. So kind of how I expected the day to go, at least numbers-wise. This is usually a pretty good lake. We can get a lot of action in a pretty short amount of time. But usually I don't get this many Mayan cichlids. Usually I get a lot of like medium-sized largemouths and peacocks sometimes. But I guess the Mayans were out in full force today. And, oh, there's ants all over me again. I stepped in a fire ant pile yesterday. These don't look like fire ants, but I might be in another ant pile. Anyway, really glad I got this light-powered Sancor Avid panfish rod, because in these kind of conditions, you really need something with a little bit more backbone. than like an ultralight or like the extra ultralight that I fished yesterday. These fish, they still put up a really nice fight. It's still a little bit of a challenge to catch them. You're not overpowering the fish like you would be if you were fishing some like medium power bass gear. But just a little bit more power and strength on these rods lets you pull those fish in through all this really thick vegetation here close to shore. And this rod is 6 feet 4 inches, which is like a little bit longer than a lot of the ultralights. Usually a lot of ultralights are going to be like 5 feet 6 feet, something like that. And you need the little bit of extra distance to get these lures out a little bit farther. And it also helps to bring these fish in when there's all this weeds and everything that extends out pretty far. And kind of right on cue, it is now starting to rain. So there were thunderstorms around. I guess they're getting closer. So that's going to do it here. Hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys next time.